live? Okay. We're good? All right. Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of March 12th, 2020. Ms. Bork, please call the roll.
Committeeman Zelkor.
Here.
Committeewoman Holmes.
Here.
Committeewoman McCauley. Here. Deputy Mayor Lapani.
Here.
Mayor Thompson.
Here.
Administrator Ferrera.
Here.
Attorney Willard.
Here.
Attorney Bernstein.
Here. Please join me in a salute to the flag.
You're so far away.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by the posting of the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting will take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on May 12th, 2020. First off this evening, I'd like to take a moment of silence for three individuals. We have lost Jim Weidenfeller. Some of you may remember him. He was on the Municipal Alliance. He was also the senior Chapter B chaplain. Jim was always here for Red Ribbon Week and various other events, and he was always just a good friend of the township. I know he's a very active member of Mary Mother of God too, so he will certainly be missed. Also, Marge Shotak. She was a former township employee here in Hillsborough. She worked in our planning and building department, correct? Correct. For engineering.
Planning,
Sorry.
You're right, planning.
For several years, so she would definitely be missed as well. And last, John Redden, who served on our historic commission. I got to know John when actually Gloria and I ran against him many years ago, and he became a fast friend, and he asked how could he get involved, and he really liked historic stuff for the township, and he served on that commission. And I was talking to someone who serves with him, and he never missed one meeting since we appointed him. He was very dedicated to township, so all three of them will be sorely missed. So if we could just take a quick moment of silence for the three of them. Thank you. First up this evening is approval of minutes. We have the March 24th, 2020 regular session minutes. May I have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Zelkor.
Yes.
Committeewoman Holmes.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Okay. First up is reports from committee liaisons. So first, Committeeman Delcor.
Thank you, Mayor. Social services, as you can imagine, continues to be very active. The Community Assistance Network would like to thank the many residents and local organizations who have dropped off donations of groceries to the department, and to those who have organized local food drives on our behalf. Thank you for your continued support. With the help of those that are providing those donations, we're able to provide significant assistance to those struggling to provide food for their families during this difficult time. We'd also like to thank Roycebrook Golf Course for partnering with social services and providing meals for a number of our seniors who are household bound with limited capacity to obtain food amid the COVID-19 pandemic. In partnership with the social services, Roycebrook has provided 25 free meals 3 times a week to seniors who cannot leave their homes due to the COVID-19 pandemic and do not have local family nearby to assist them. Each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Head Chef Mark Barrows and staff prepare meals at the club to be delivered by Township staff to residences throughout Hillsborough. This joint venture not only helps provide meals for our seniors, but it enables the Township staff to check in on those seniors as well. So thank you very much to Roycebrook. And recently, the Women's Club of Hillsborough has donated $1,000 to the Township's food bank. So we'd like to thank them for their very generous donation that will go to help a number of families here in town. And we have a number of ongoing fundraisers that have been organized by various organizations within the community. The Woodfern Home and School Association, Elementary Home and School Association, Borough Strong, T-shirt fundraiser for the can is wrapping up this week. Anyone that is interested in purchasing a Borough Strong T-shirt, please visit Woodfern Borough Strong, all one word, itemorder.com/sale. They were even featured on News 12 recently to take a look. So if you're interested in a shirt to support the Community Assistance Network, please look up the association there. And all 6 Township Hillsborough Township Elementary HSAs are working to give back to the community and have a mask fundraiser going on. The purchase of a mask will help keep you and others safe while also supporting our Community Assistance Network and Safe and Sound Somerset.
Right. Sorry.
Hold on, sorry.
Hillsborough's got a popular hashtag going around right now, Borough Strong. It's on T-shirts. It's keeping people fed. The local food pantry, the Community Assistance Network. It is the brainchild of Melanie Bore. Sell T-shirts, raise money, go food shopping, and give it away. Melanie and her crew with the Woodfern Elementary Home and School Association made a trip to the market a couple weeks ago. Meg, Elizabeth, Carolyn, and Karen all helping out. They had several shopping carts worth of food, 1,700 items. This after selling several hundred shirts. Now they're getting ready to make a second trip to the grocery store. All the money from the Borough Strong T-shirt sales. To date, they have raised $7,900. They're hoping to get to 10 grand, which would mean they sell 1,000 shirts. So if you're Borough Strong and you want to get one, check our website, news12.com. We've got a link for you under numbers and links. Melanie, you're doing Jersey proud. Borough Strong, we like it, Dave.
That's cool. That's fantastic recognition, so thanks to everyone for their support here. We've also got a couple of local teams that are supporting fundraisers as well. The Hillsborough High School baseball and softball teams are conducting a T-shirt fundraiser for the food pantry, which with the theme this season, we were always safe at home. And the field hockey team I'm sorry, that's a separate issue, sorry. So once again, we are very humbled by the outpouring of support for our Community Assistance Network, but really for the people here in Hillsborough that need that support. So thank you to everyone who is conducting fundraisers, and a special thanks to our Social Services Department, who I know is working overtime to make sure that they can process all the stuff coming in and also get the deliveries out as needed. From the Board of Ed, as I was starting to say here, the Hillsborough field hockey team are volunteering to tutor, read stories, and answer school-related questions to younger kids via email and Google Meet. The team is available to help out grades K through 8, and the team has girls who are skilled in math, science, history, and English. Anyone that would be interested in having someone from the field hockey team help out with their children's schoolwork, you can please contact Heather Sirachi at sirachi8@htps.us. So great program, certainly as we shift away from traditional learning into the video environment. I'm sure there are some challenges, so it's nice of these young student athletes to be able to help out with that process. Also from the Board of Education last night, at last night's meeting, a couple of fairly significant events I just wanted to highlight. First, the contract for the Teachers Association was ratified, so I was glad to see that. I know it was a long time coming for both sides of that equation, so glad to see that completed, and I know now they can put that issue behind them, so congratulations on finally getting that contract completed. And I'd also like to congratulate Dr. Lisa Antunes, who last night was confirmed as removing the acting label from superintendent, and she will be now the permanent superintendent of Hillsborough Public Schools. We've had a good working relationship with the Board of Ed of late, and Dr. Antunes has been very open working with us, and appreciate the camaraderie. I know there's been a lot of activities we've had to collaborate on, so thank her for that, and best of luck, and certainly if there's anything we can do to facilitate her permanent transition, we're happy to do so. From our health department, another group that is quite busy, as you could imagine. But a couple of other things outside of COVID-related matters. The Health Department would like to remind residents to be sure that their pets are currently vaccinated against rabies and dogs are licensed. It is springtime. Pets and wildlife have a better chance of coming in contact with each other. So rabies can be fatal for many pets. So please check out the website for information on rabies. And also, as everyone is outside working their yards, enjoying our beautiful parks, please take precaution against ticks. They don't fly, but if you brush up against high grass, ticks can hit you right on your body, both you and your pets, and burrow into the skin for a blood meal. So they can transfer Lyme disease, and there are many other tick-borne diseases. So please be safe out there if you're walking around. And the Township website or the Health Department website has a lot of information on Lyme disease if you'd like to learn more. The Recreation Department, in an effort to protect individuals' safety and well-being, Hillsborough has continued to close all playgrounds, skate parks, dog parks, and bathrooms, porta johns until further notice. The parks remain open, and not just the township parks, but as per the governor's notice, I guess about 2 weeks ago now, the county and state parks are also open, but they are open to continue to social distance. Please try to limit congregations, but the parks remain open, but it's more the athletic facilities and things like playgrounds and skate parks that will continue to be closed until further notice. The only exception to athletic facilities is we do have tennis courts, and we've opened up the tennis courts so tennis can be played while maintaining social distancing guidelines, so that activity is permissible.
Taking up tennis.
We continue to monitor this very fluid situation with our outdoors and recreation facilities, and we will continue to provide more updates as it becomes available. We do have a couple of programs that are currently ongoing right now. Anyone that would like to can join the 88.5K Challenge. That's being run by our Hillsborough Parks and Recreation Group. So what is the virtual challenge? A virtual workout can be accomplished at any location with any activity you choose at your own pace. You can challenge friends, neighbors to stay physically active and healthy, but social distancing is required. The rules to the program are pretty simple. All participants, residents only, must register. You can go to the hillsboroughNJRecreation.org for more information, or to click under the virtual programs on the recreation website. You can be active, track your activity on the daily log that will be provided after you register via email, and stack up miles. So activities essentially will be converted into miles, and that the 88.5K needs to be completed by June 15th. So every activity you undertake, if you log it, convert it into the equivalent of a mile and or a kilometer, and eventually we'll, if you can get to that 88.5 by June 15th. If you submit your mileage when completed, you will earn a ticket into the end raffle to win some very cool prizes. So it's a time where everyone is home, an opportunity to continue to stay active even if gyms and certain recreation facilities remain closed, and we certainly encourage that here at the Township. And finally, from sustainability, we have a tip of the week this week. Please keep plastic bags out of your curbside recycling bin. Plastic bags jam up recycling processing equipment and can even shut down recycling centers. Please recycle your plastic bags locally at places like Lowe's and ShopRite that have collection programs, but don't put them in your recycle bin. And for a little more recycling, there are many do's and don'ts. You can visit the visual guide on the recycling page of our website for more information. And Mayor, that is all for me.
Thank you very much, Committeeman. Committeeman McCauley.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Just a few notes for me tonight. The police department would like to warn residents there is a scam going around which is targeting our seniors mostly, but anyone can get the call. The perpetrator will telephone the victim pretending to be some type of law enforcement officer or an attorney, and claiming the grandchild or a family member has been involved in a motor vehicle accident and has resulted in their arrest by the police. So just be aware that if you receive this type of phone call, they are looking to retrieve money from you. They are arranging to go to your residences and pick up cash. There are currently 28 known cases across 10 counties, including jurisdictions within Somerset County. So if you or someone you know receive this type of phone call, please call the Hillsborough Township immediately, 908-369-4323. Do not make any type of payment before calling the police. It's most likely this is the scam that is going around. With that said, we would like to currently thank our PD for being one of the frontline essential employees through this and every day. And their staff put together a quick video. We'd like to thank the PD on behalf of the township for being out there. And I think we have a video to show? Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, never mind.
No, I do. There we go.
Great, thank you for showing that, and thank you to the chief and all of his staff that are trying to keep the morale up in the police department and show the public some of the things they've been up to and trying to have fun along the way. Thank you to them. For finance, effective Tuesday, May 12th, the tax office will accept cash payments 2 days per week. So that is now moving forward every Tuesday from 9 to noon and Thursday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. You must be wearing a covering on your face and mouth. Your temperature will be taken at the front of the municipal building, and anyone with a temperature of 99.5 or higher will not be permitted in the building. Additionally, the tax office will accept cash payments only on Monday, June 1st, which is the last day to pay taxes without interest or penalty. That will be from 9 to 3 p.m. So again, Tuesday 9 to noon, Thursday 1 to 4, and on June 1st, the last day to pay taxes without interest penalties from 9 to 3 p.m. To clarify, the Township Committee passed a resolution on April 28th extending the grace period from the second quarter taxes to tax payments to June 1st. The normal grace period is 10 calendar days, which would have been May 11th for this quarter. This is an extension for the grace period, but not the extension from the due date, and any payments received after June 1st will accrue interest and penalty back to May 1st. And a quick reminder from the clerk's office that the June primary has been postponed until July 7th. With that date of the primary change, deadlines have also changed. Tomorrow, May 13th, is the deadline to change any party affiliation, and June 16th is the deadline to register to vote for the July primary. So if you have any last-minute registration changes, please call the township immediately. You have a short time from here and then. And I just wanted to give a quick thank you to everybody in the township, especially our front office staff, who has really been working day in, day night, our IT department again, and just Mr. Ferreira, our BA, and everyone here really has been working so hard and diligently to keep the township running. Sarah Barake, who's not here tonight, but she has been on the website constantly making updates and changes, and I just wanted to say thank you. Through these trying times, everyone is working really well and really hard to maintain what we normally deliver here in Hillsborough Township. So thank you to them. That's it for me.
Thank you. Committeewoman Holmes.
Thanks. There's another update from Social Services. It's a reminder to all those who are donating to the Community Assistant Network. While we are very grateful and thank you all for your generous donations, we've just had a few instances where some of the food was expired. You know, you have cans and you don't even look. I know I have them. We just want to ask you to check to see that the food hasn't been expired. Again, we appreciate your donations, but please check the expiration dates before you donate them. Thank you. Another thing about the 2020 census, it's just a reminder that you still have time to complete your census. By completing the census, you can have an impact on planning and funding for infrastructure, including programs for highway planning and construction, housing, federal transit, community development, and rural water and waste disposal systems. Census results also impact planning and funding for employment and training, including programs for vocational rehabilitation, state grants, and dislocated workers, in addition to planning and funding for health care programs such as Medicaid, Medicare Part B, state children's health insurance, and the prevention and treatment of substance abuse. To learn more about the impacts of the census or to complete it online, visit the website 2020census.gov. This Thursday, May 14th, in fact, is a statewide Census Day of Action, and we are again asking for your help. So please take a few minutes and complete your census. One more thing about agriculture. We talked about this at the last meeting. We have a lot of farms in our town, and during these unprecedented times, there are several farms that are open here offering their services for our community as an additional resource for food products. For the latest information regarding the Hillsborough farming community, please visit hillsboroughbusiness.org and click on the Hillsborough Harvest icon or visit the HBA Facebook page. I want to remind people that they can go to the website covid19.nj.gov. If you ever want to volunteer, you know, you're at home and you're thinking, I'd like to do something, you can go on there and hit volunteer, and they'll have you set up working at a food bank by the next day. So if you have that inclination, that's a good place to go. I want to give a shout out. I have to use my phone to do this, but it's to one of our local, I'm sorry, guess I don't have to be sorry, but here it is. It's one of the restaurants in town, Culinary Creations. The owner is Andrew Patano, and he has found ways to keep his enterprise going, his restaurant, and give back to the community that he has called home for 14 years. He has served over 700 meals and has made rounds to Robert Wood Johnson Somerset, Robert Wood Johnson New Brunswick, St. Peter's Hospital, Foothill Acres, Long-Term Care, Avalon, and Bridgeway. Between hospital runs in April, Culinary Creations also delivered meals to the Hillsborough Police and Robert Wood Johnson's EMS serving Hillsborough. So he's one of our citizens, and he has a business in town, and he's figured out a way to give and to help his business stay open. So I just wanted to thank Culinary Creations for that. That's all for me. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Lepani.
Thank you, Mayor. And nice job by Culinary Creations. They are a good company that's been here for a long time. Speaking about giving out meals and helping others, our super teens were at it again. Raj and Naleen Bropari, Meher Singh, Kabir Nagpal, they delivered Meals for Heroes again, and for their efforts supporting the frontline workers during this pandemic. Last week, I, along with Deputy Mayor Thompson, joined them at Bridgeway this time, and delivered meals, and actually be Cinco de Mayo, so I think they delivered a bunch of Spanish. They were very time sensitive with their meal deliveries this time from a local restaurant in town. What do they call it? Family restaurant?
I forget which
Yeah,
one.
family restaurant.
Mexican, yeah.
Family Mexican restaurant to Bridgeway. So again, a great job by this young group of individuals. From the building department, please make sure that when filling out the building permit applications, this is again a reminder that the email address, please fill it out clearly for the contractor and for yourself, as we are able to send permit correspondence via email, which can help eliminate delays, especially during this difficult time. In the engineering department, would like to inform that the public that they are fully open for business. If you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of road projects going on right now. So recently, the 2019 road paving of the Willow Road Phase 1 is being completed. The 2020 road paving program has also quickly started, and we are trying to get as much paving completed while traffic is lighter than usual due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Andrea Avenue work started last week, and then it will be on to Brooks Boulevard. Both of these roadways need upgrades to the concrete ADA ramps to make them compliant at the intersections, and then paving will follow the concrete work. And then from DPW, I guess a lot of people are happy to hear about this. The annual cleanup program will be up and running again, with additional sign-up dates being offered during the following weekdays, May 20th, 21st, 27th, and 28th. The normal schedule of first and last Saturdays of the month are also back in place as well. Please sign up using your Community Pass account and reference the Public Work link off the Township website for more information. Some operational safety changes are being made to facilitate the social distance requirements, as you can expect. Masks will be required to enter the Alton Road facility. Restaurants not complying with this request will be turned away. So please come prepared with all the PPE required at the time so you don't lose your spot. The facility will be open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. People scheduled to participate in the program will receive an email in advance of their date with any new changes and safety requirements. So stay tuned for that. Also, they are going to start up the senior curbside pickup program again starting July the 6th. Complete detailed information on this program will be made available on the Public Works link of the website also. If you have previously participated in this program, you will receive a postcard in your regular mail asking you to confirm your registration either by phone or email. And then a couple more things, obviously, the HBA, and piggybacking with Olivia Community and Homes' thing, please support local businesses. Obviously, today is Tuesday. I'm here, so I can't do takeout Tuesday, but if you can.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, we'll be out there. By liking and following the Hillsborough Business Association HBA Facebook page, where you can stay up to date with the latest offerings from Hillsborough businesses, the newest issues of Experience Hillsborough, Hillsborough Open for Business, and of course, our Takeout Tuesdays are posted on the Facebook page, #HBA Strong. And lastly, the Hillsborough Township Credit Card Advisory Committee is still accepting grant applications. However, the last day to submit these grant applications is this Thursday, May 14th, so 2 days from now. Completed applications can be sent to the administration office, emailed to pborick@hillsborough-nj.org, or faxed to 908-369-6034. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, a couple things for me this evening. First off, just an update on the actual numbers. We have 292 cases of COVID-19 here in Hillsborough, and 31 residents have passed away from the effects of the virus. So on behalf of the Township Committee, our thoughts and prayers to everyone who has been affected, especially those 31 individuals and their families who have been directly affected by this. Also, just so everyone knows, there are 137 individuals who have fully recovered from the virus, and I think that goes back to what we've been hearing more and more, is that you can recover from this virus. But again, we do have to take proper precautions and continue to social distance as we move forward. Also, I want to thank, is my microphone not on?
Just go closer.
Is that better?
Very good.
All right. Also, I want to say thank you to Chimney Round Cares as they dropped off 101 homemade masks that are going to be donated to the Hillsborough Can this week. It's really for individuals who may not be able to get masks on their own. So again, I want to thank them for the 101 masks that they handmade and dropped off with promises of more if we need them. And they've been doing it for hospitals and nursing homes throughout our area. So it's greatly appreciated that they were able to help us out and help out so many of our neighbors that are in need. From the Health Department, the Health Department has taken a proactive approach to assist retail food establishments during this crisis while ensuring they are adhering to the requirements of keeping both customers and their employees safe. The retail food establishments have been permitted to remain open for business in New Jersey during the coronavirus pandemic, offering food by takeout only. These establishments are required to follow specific safety regulations such as social distancing. The Hillsborough Health Department will be conducting routine inspections of retail food establishments to ensure all guidelines and regulations are being adhered to. They are also providing the food restaurants with the best practices for retail food establishments guide that will be reviewed with owners and managers during the inspection process. In addition, a best practices is also being shared via the Township website and e-news to help patrons be familiar with the appropriate guidelines. Should you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Hillsborough Health Department at 908-369-5652. And now for a building update. The Hillsborough Township Municipal Building remains committed to the health and safety of our residents, employees, and the general public. Throughout the current health emergency and in compliance with Executive Order 107, starting May 18th, 2020, if a member of the public needs to gain access to a specific department at the municipal building for a critical need, there are measures that have been put into place to allow for that access. There will be a questionnaire that will be completed over the phone to determine the need, and if the matter cannot be resolved via email, the website, or some other non-contact method. If it is deemed necessary, the department head the physical access area is the only, and physical access is the only solution, the request will be made to the administrator, Anthony Ferrera. If approved by the administrator, a date and time will be mutually agreed upon, and the appointment will take place at the main entrance at the designated location. Upon entry, a questionnaire will be completed regarding some basic contact questions relative to COVID-19. Please keep in mind you must wear a face mask, covering, gloves, and your temperature will be taken. The municipal building will continue to provide limited access to the general public. For the Green Living and Wellness Fair, the annual Green Living and Wellness Fair, which was originally set out for Saturday, May 30th, has been postponed until Saturday, October 17th, and will be held in conjunction with a family fun run sponsored by the Hillsborough YMCA. Stay tuned for more details regarding that. And an update from our opening Hillsborough Task Force. At our last meeting, I announced the reopened Hillsborough Task Force. They held a kickoff meeting last week and will be meeting weekly in preparing the township opening in accordance with all the governor's executive orders or rescinding of said executive orders. I think he made some announcements today that we're going to start seeing some dates in the near future. So that's why this committee is going to be very important as we move forward. As always, you can stay connected with all the events and more via the Friday e-newsletter and Twitter. TV 29 and the Hillsborough YouTube channel showcase our meetings and the Hillsborough The Good Life episodes and Hillsborough alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. We're going to move on to proclamations, and despite not being able to have any members of the public attend these meetings in person, we will bring forth awareness-related proclamations as we deem fit. First up for this evening, or the only one we have for this evening, is one regarding the National Mental Health Awareness Month. National Mental Health Awareness Month was established in 1949 to raise awareness about the importance of mental health and to stop the stigma associated with mental health. Mental health illness can affect anyone and can develop at any time. It affects spread well beyond the individual to family, friends, and coworkers. 1 in 5 people will experience a mental illness during their lifetime, and 1 in 25 adults in America live with a serious mental illness. The COVID-19 pandemic represents the greatest crisis to ever hit community mental health. Feelings of worry, stress, or fear are normal during a crisis. The CDC recommends taking a break from the news, taking care of your body with meals, exercise, and deep breathing, taking time to relax and engage in enjoyable activities, and connecting with loved ones. And self-care strategies do not work. People should continue to reach out to loved ones or an online therapist. Now therefore be proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby declare May as National Mental Health Awareness Month, and be it further proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, encourage all Hillsborough residents to recognize National Mental Health Awareness Month by implementing self-care strategies and by celebrating our behavioral health heroes on the front lines. All right, so we're going to move on to business. At this time, there's no new business, so we're going to move on to public comment on new business and matters not on the agenda. As you may be aware, we had to change the process. We are not taking online comments during the meeting, and for a very simple reason is during the last Township Committee meeting, someone's comments were not heard. They were typed in. They sent the picture that they were typed in. However, everyone here at the dais who was watching the YouTube video and we're reading them off as they go, they never appeared. And to ensure that every member of the public has an opportunity to make a comment, we are doing it via phone only and via email so that no one can say that their comments weren't heard. So again, I profusely apologize to the individuals who did not have their comments read into the record at the last meeting, but we felt this was the best way to ensure that every member of the public is heard if they'd like to. So with that, first I'm going to ask our clerk, did anyone send any emails for public comment this evening?
No, sir.
No, okay. Being none, if we could open up the bridge and for public comments on matters that are not on the agenda this evening.
All participants are now in interactive talk mode.
Please state your name and address for the record, please.
I'd like to speak if there's nobody ahead of me.
If you could please state your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, my name's David Brook. I live at 7 Winding Way in town. Mayor and committee members, I'd like to speak with you about the system that you just mentioned, that you set up for allowing the public to participate during these public meetings, like tonight. You're using YouTube and this telephone conference call system for voice comments. So I watched last meeting. I observed the sound is terrible. I can see that your technician is actually putting your room microphone to the phone speaker, and it's not working well, not on my end. YouTube's on a time delay, so if you want to follow the meeting visually and listen, you just get confused because the phone is live and YouTube is delayed. So I believe this system is terribly antiquated. It discourages adequate public participation. And I think that's not what you want. At least I hope that's not what you want. I also know that in this day and age, we've all become experts at Zoom, at Google Meet, and WebEx among the top 3. As you know, or may you not know, they're amazingly simple systems for synchronized. Not what you have right now, which is this asynchronized system. Synchronized sound and video. You can see the person and you can talk to them and we can all be on the same time zone. I call upon all Township Committee members to focus on what's best for the residents of Hillsborough, and I think you all would agree that's what you want, and I'm going to ask that you change these meetings to Zoom or Google Meet. Google Meet, I guess it's called. My understanding is that the Township is already using Google Meet, and therefore this will be a simple, easy fix to change over how you're running these meetings. Last meeting, one of your committee members highlighted the fact that the court system in Hillsborough is already conducting sessions via these same synchronous systems. So it should not be a big surprise. Why not allow people like me, like everybody else, to participate in a way that allows them to see you and you to see them? It's the closest thing to allowing the public to be there. And honestly, I have to think that's what you all want. So here's my thing for you. I'm asking you right now to do your research and change your chosen antiquated system to a better system for the next meeting, the next public meeting that you hold. Because I hope, regardless of where we all come from, we can all agree that we want good government. We also want the highest level of transparency in how we operate this township. See? Phone's ringing. Anyway, so with that being said, hopefully, I am trying to ask that if you can go back and take a look at this, maybe each of you can look from the point of view of a voice vote that you might want to take tonight, or comments, or even a resolution to agree to look into this and change the current system. I think we need to bring these meetings into modern era of communications. And I think the public would like you to tell them that you're going to act right now to change the system for the next public meeting so we can all have a better participatory government. That's my first comment. I have a second one if you would like to respond.
Please continue.
Does anybody want to respond, or that's
No,
just how we're going to do this?
No, I'm asking for your next comment. We can respond afterwards. What's your next comment, please?
Okay, fine. So my other one is a question, and my question is this. Can I ask how many people are in the room right now at your meeting? What the number is?
Socially distanced, I believe we're at 12 people. I counted quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep.
Okay. And so I would also like to ask the mayor and the committee members if you think the governor's executive order on social distancing requirements should be followed. I heard a lot of discussion about all the things that you're promoting, but I can only ask why you yourselves are not following the guidelines that have been set that say no more than 10 people in a room in a gathering. If you're not aware, that comes from the Executive Order 107 and then the State Police Administrative Order 2020-4. And those were both written and presented to the public on March 21st. We're now May 12th. So my thought for you, and you're welcome to respond to it, is that we should all lead by example. So please try to think about that to change your meetings that we are excluded from, but your meetings to comply with the governor's executive order and the state police administrative order to drop the number below 10 or less.
Okay, first off, you are not excluded from this meeting. You are participating. I can hear you quite well right now, David. So that is not a fair accusation to say you're excluded. That's number one. Hold on. There are exemptions to 107, and I know you know that. There are several exemptions in there. We are adhering to the social distancing guidelines. You can see that through YouTube right now. So I do take exception to that. We are running this meeting as best possible to ensure that government can continue for all residents here in this township. And if you have been watching some of Governor Murphy's press conferences, there are more than 10 people in the room on numerous occasions for those as well. So as you do, are you aware there are, hold on, Olivia, could you mute your computer, please?
I'm trying to. Okay.
Thank you. There are numerous exemptions for that. So again, I appreciate your comments. Are there any other comments for individuals on the phone?
Just one last question then.
Oh,
Can
I'm
you
sorry.
tell me can you point me to this exemption that you're referring to? Because
I don't have-
whether the governor does it or not, I would say that you still would want to try to not have more than 10 people in the room if you can do that.
And I appreciate
Why would
your
they issue an order that says gatherings of 10 persons or fewer are presumed to be in compliance? That's not what you're doing.
And I appreciate your comments. Thank you. Are there any other comments from individuals on the phone?
What about the first comment with regards to the Google Meet and that issue? Are you folks going to bring that up for discussion, or are you just going to ignore me?
We're not ignoring you. I'm listening to you right now, David. We have been looking into different ways to do these meetings, and that's going to continue to go forward. Our team met just the other day looking at what other options we can do to try to bring the best services to the public here in Hillsborough. And those will continue to ongo, and we can prove each and every meeting like we've been doing. So thank you.
Is there a reason why you've chosen not to do it through a Google Zoom or a Zoom or a Google Meet?
I'm not going to get into the discussions that our internal team has had right now, but they're going to continue to look at bringing the best one forward. And if they choose for the next meeting that Zoom's going to be it, we'll do Zoom or Google Meets or whatever one. But we're going to continue to improve on it each and every meeting until we get to have everyone back in this room, which I hope is sooner rather than later.
Thank you for your time and your patience.
Any other comments from individuals on the phone? Seeing none, if we could mute the bridge.
All participants are now in listen-only mode.
All right. We're going to move on to a public hearing on 2020-14, which is an ordinance of the Township of Hillsborough amending and supplementing ordinance number 2017-06 relating to the lease purchase agreement dated as of June 1st, 2018 with the Somerset County Improvement Authority. This ordinance is aligning the obligation amount to which the authority has established when it sought financing. We do have our attorney, Mr. Bernstein, on the call. Eric, if you wouldn't mind giving us just an overview of this?
Thank you, Your Honor. Hopefully everyone can hear me. The actions that are being asked to be taken of the Township Committee this evening are to bring the overall potential, and I underline the word potential, not actual, potential situation regarding the acquisition of the Hillsborough property site to the same amount that the Somerset County Improvement Authority has allocated for the possible acquisition and financing of same. The anticipation is that the parties will not have to meet that number and that we will not have to come back to the governing body for additional amendments. Furthermore, the decision to go to this was to allow the parties to go before the local finance board to seek an additional renewal because on the initial situation, the Township and the Improvement Authority, most notably the Improvement Authority, had asked local finance board for 2-year interim financing with the assumption that there would be permanent financing sought this year. Considering the absolutely disastrous situation regarding bonding relations and interest rates for governmental financing, it was determined to roll the tape over at least one more year, the next year, and with that required this action to be taken to bring it into accordance with the other actions taken by the Improvement Authority.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2020-14?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, is there any discussion from the dais?
Yeah, Mayor, if I may, just to piggyback a little bit off of what Mr. Bernstein said. So just to reground everyone, this is related to the purchase of the park, the property adjacent to what is now Mountain View Park. And we had undertaken this several years ago. The plan was that we would go through a couple of years of interim financing, so we're doing essentially one-year notes until such time as we could secure permanent financing. As Mr. Bernstein noted, it's certainly not the right time for us to go into permanent financing at this point, given the economic environments. So we will roll these over with the view towards permanent funding at some point next year. The rollovers that we're doing do include rolling in the interest components, because we do anticipate paying off the notes, both principal and interest, once we go to permanent financing. And that had always been the understanding when we entered into the additional notes, is that we would continue to roll that, which is why we need a little bit of a bridge between the original amount and what we're looking to move forward with. So in order to avoid having to go back another time to the local finance board, it certainly makes sense for it to give us a little bit of latitude between the exact amount we think we're going to need and some higher level. But of course, we will only end up permanently financing what is needed to meet the principal and whatever interest and fees are part of that permanent number. We're not looking to increase for any other reason other than to accommodate the rollovers.
Okay. Thank you for that. Is there any other comments on the dais? Seeing none, did we receive any correspondence via email?
No, sir.
Okay. Then if we could open up the bridge, and again, if you could state your name and address for the record. Hold on one second.
All participants are now in indirect talk mode.
Okay. Is there anyone who's joined via phone that has a question or comment regarding ordinance 2020-14? Please state your name and address for the record.
Susan Gulliford, Hunt Club Road.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, I had a little trouble understanding some of what was just said. First, the location of the property. Is that the property between Mountain View Park and Van Middlesworth?
Correct, where they wanted to build thousands upon thousands of houses.
Yes, I went to that hearing. So there's still remediation that needs to be done on that property?
Correct.
Okay,
Although
the
it's
same
very
type of
small.
remediation?
Minor amounts
It's-
it's virtually complete.
Yeah, it's, I think, a very, very small portion, and I can't stress that enough, the
Yeah.
section that, the tiny spot that has to get, I think a spot is a better way to say than an area.
So this is the same type of remediation that was previously done at Mountain View where the depot was?
Yes, but I think it's fair to say that this would not be as intense, the area that is now is still in question.
Okay, so this property is only being used as parkland. It's not for development, a school, anything like that?
At this time, no. But
Okay.
I don't, no, I can't see it being used for development at all.
So you don't anticipate any change from, at this time, you don't anticipate any change from open space or parkland?
No.
No, I didn't say
that's
that.
not true.
No, I mean, when you said, I didn't say development, I don't think there's any plans for school development. When you say development, I think housing or anything like that, that's not being looked for. We previously announced at a township committee meeting 2 years ago at this point. I'm trying to, maybe
A year and a half.
year
yeah,
plus?
a year, give or take.
A good year of a interest from an individual to put a solar field on a portion of the property that would pay for the purchase of said property.
Okay, I'm surprised, I was probably there. Okay, thank you.
I'm sure you were.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments from any individuals on the phone? Seeing none at this time, if we could close the bridge?
All participants are now in listen-only mode.
Okay. May I have a motion to close the public hearing and adopt ordinance 2020-14?
So moved, second?
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman Holmes.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lapani.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes. Moving on to introduction of new ordinances. We have an introduction of 2020-16, which is an ordinance amending Chapter 188, Land Use and Development, Article 5, Districts and Standards, Section 188.113.4, GV Green Village District, Section 188.113.5, Town Center District, and adding a new Section 188.113.8, Multifamily Inclusionary District 1, MFID1. Further consideration and public hearing will be held on June 9th, 2020. The proposed ordinance includes 3 sections, 2 of which amend existing zoning districts and 1 creating an entirely new zone. Section 1 of the ordinance would amend the existing Green Village District by increasing the maximum number of dwelling units currently permitted in the district by 3 units from 599 to 603. The additional units would be located in existing buildings in the Green Village development located on Route 206 northbound. All 3 units would meet our affordable housing standards. Section 2 would add a new overlay to the existing town center district. The multifamily age-restricted inclusionary overlay district would apply to Lot 12 and Block 178 located on Amwell Road eastbound adjacent to the Amwell Mall Shopping Center. And Section 3 would create a new zone, multifamily inclusionary District 1 on lots 227, Block 151.09, which is the 44-acre parcel with frontage on Valley Road and northern boundary formed by the Norfolk Southern Railroad. The property is presently zoned industrial. As everyone recalls, this Township Committee at a recent meeting, we did all vote unanimously to enter in a settlement agreement with Fair Share that was ratified by the courts on May 5th. I believe the quote from the judge was, it was visionary. The settlement being that not only for the reduction in the amount of units, but also its ability to keep it less than what other towns had been doing. So again, thank you to Mr. Bernstein, he's still on the call for that, and all our professionals who worked diligently over the years for that. But these 3 changes are a direct result of that hearing that took place and that settlement agreement that we all had agreed to at a previous meeting. So at this time, may I have a motion to introduce this ordinance?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Roll call,
Mayor,
please.
just one
Oh,
comment. I just want to be clear. I think you indicated we were going from 599 to 603, minor 602. We were
Oh,
adding
602.
3 units.
Sorry.
Yep, just wanted to clarify for the record.
Yes. Yes, 602. My apologies. Okay, thank you for catching that. May I have a motion to introduce this ordinance? I think I had a first and a second. Okay, so it's just a roll call vote?
Yep. Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman Holmes.
Yes?
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes?
Deputy Mayor LaPani.
Yes.
Mayor
Yes.
Thompson. Mayor
Yes. Yes. Moving on to resolutions. Does anyone on the dais wish to take any item separately? Seeing none, just want to congratulate, consent number 8, I just want to congratulate all of our sergeants on their permanent appointments. It is well deserved. May I have a motion to approve the above resolutions?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments from the dais?
I just wanted to comment on, we've got the next phase of the roadway resurfacing acceptance for a contract here, so looking forward to that with Topline, getting them finally paid and finish up the projects from last year and move forward with this year.
Great. Any other comments? Seeing none, can I open up the bridge? First, Ms. Barak, did you receive any emails regarding this?
No, sir.
Okay, if we could open up the bridge.
All participants are now in interactive talk mode.
Okay, is there any comments from anyone on the phone? If you could state your name and address for the record, please. Seeing none, if we could mute the phone.
All participants are now in listen-only mode.
Okay, could I get a roll call, please?
Committeeman Delcor.
Yes.
Committeewoman Holmes.
Yes.
Committeewoman McCauley.
Yes?
Deputy Mayor LaPani.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes, may I have a motion to approve Claims List 2020-09?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you both. Any comments from the dais? Seeing none, do we receive any emails?
No, sir.
Thank you. If we could open up the bridge.
All participants are now in interactive talk mode.
Is there any comments from anyone, any individuals on the bridge? Seeing none?
All
Thank
participants
you.
are now in listen-only
May I
mode.
get a roll call, please?
Chairman Lepore.
Yes.
Chairman Holmes.
Yes.
Chairman McCauley.
Yes?
Chairman Lapani.
Yes.
Mayor Thompson.
Yes, and last but not least, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Thank you, all in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Time, wait.